Let's see. All right. I am just checking to make sure that we are live. I'm just gonna testing, just making sure that we are live. Okay, I think we are live on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. And it's only allowing me to screen on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was trying to also come on in, come on in. Hey guys, come on in, come on in. I'm excited. We are screaming live on YouTube and we are in Power Hour. Come on in, everyone. Come on in. I'm super excited to welcome everyone in to our Power Hour. If this is the first time you're coming into our Power Hour, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. Come on in. We're also screaming on our YouTube channel as well. We're also screening on our YouTube channel as well. And I'm just excited. So I'm just super, super excited for you guys to take the hour from your lunch break, wherever you're tuning in from, and to be here. So I'm just want to welcome you guys in. I just want to welcome you guys. If you're new to my space, it's your girl, Sherry Summer Bell. We are in our Power Hour, and I go right in because it's only an hour, right? And that's what it's all about. It's about being able to get the gems that you need to grow your business. So if you're tuning in on my YouTube channel or if you're on Zoom, welcome, welcome. Well, I just love action takers. We say we were going to have this free training for you, and here you are. We said we're going to have this amazing free training for you, and you are presently here and accounted for. So I want to welcome Kathy, Ruby, and everyone who's here. Hey, Tiara. Tiara, class was good last night. So Tiara's part. Hey, Sharon, part of our six-figure revenue experience class. And we had an amazing class last night. So this is our Power Hour. And in our Power Hour, I just give you valuable information to grow and accelerate your business to the highest level. Grow and accelerate your business to the highest level. So come on in. I'm just still welcoming some more people in. Just give me a second. We're welcoming some more people in on our Zoom. We're going to make sure everyone is muted and so we can go ahead and get started. Yes, I love this. I love this. So again, welcome to Power Hour, where we're going to be talking about this, the science of sales. Science of sales. So before I get started, if you're on YouTube or if you're here inside of my Zoom, tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Tell us what industry you are in, what industry you are part of. Go ahead and drop it in there. Tell us who you are. We'd love to know more about you. This is about you for this Power Hour. The information you get, you're going to apply, keyword apply. You're going to apply the information, and then you are going to use that information to grow your business. So don't be shy. Put in the chat who you are, where you're from. This is our Power Hour, and I'm just excited about that. Now, I did get some emails from some people who was concerned about the hurricane. So we're praying for you. Some people in Dallas that wanted to be on, and they were saying something about a hurricane that they were not going to be able to be on. So I just want to let you know that my hearts and my prayer go out to your family. So I got it. You can revisit, rewind, watch this back on our YouTube channel. So kudos, just understand that we didn't forget about you. Kudos to you for trying to take the effort to be here. All right, let's get started. So if you're like me, who's super, super ambitious, if you're like me, you know that you have a calling. You know that you're super ambitious. So have you ever wondered, like in your life, have you ever wondered where you look at other people who you admire and you're wondering, how did they get here? Why are they so far ahead? What was the thing that helped them to get to where they are? Like how you ever wonder, like, how do they stay so consistent? Put a me in the chat. Have you ever seen some people like, man, they're everywhere. They show up everywhere. How do they continue to stay so consistent? I guess I'm the only one that think that, like, how can I get like that? How can I get my brain to be able to create content, to be increase my visibility? Because I know that I have a system, I have a strategy, I have something that can help others. I have something that can help others, but I just look at this person and I'm like, these people don't sleep. Like, what's going on? How are they so profitable? And how can I get there? How are they so good at selling? How are they good for creating that tribe that's gonna of buyers? How are they able to do that? I'm always, when I first started in this space, when I first started in this industry, I always wonder, how can I elevate my sales? How can I take my sales level to the next thing? And the first thing I tried to do, I tried to mimic. And here's a lot of people do this to me all the time. They tried to mimic what that person was doing, right? You look at that person, like, wow, let's see how they write that paperwork. Let's see how they do that reel. Let's see how they do that behind the scenes. I'm going to take what they're doing. I'm going to take the strategy of what they're doing and see if I can copy it. And then when you try it, it doesn't work for you. You don't get the same response. And you're like, hold up. I just did the same thing Sharon did. I just did the exact same thing. I done took Sharon email. I done rewrote the Sharon email. I done sent it out to my group. Don't do that, by the way. And no one is responding to me. What am I doing wrong? How can Sharon get the same exact strategy and Kathy get the same exact strategy, but when I tried, it doesn't work for me? What is that? What is the reason behind that? What is the reason behind that? Why don't that strategy work for me? It worked for Sharon, so why didn't it work for me? Have you that those are all the things that I look at. I look at things that people are doing really well in their industry, really well in the financial space, really well in the insurance space, really well in the life coaching space, the business space. And they're like, oh my goodness, how can I create that same space for me? How can I create that same space for myself? I just want to know, how can I do that for me as well? So as I go through my reading and as I go to my analyzing and my data, is it possible? Is it possible for you to use the same strategy and get the same results? And what I realized quickly, sales by itself is nothing. It has nothing to do with strategy. It has nothing to do with strategy itself. And that's why you can tell someone, say, hey, you can get this script and you can dial, use the script to call these people and let them know all this stuff. And their people are like, nope, don't want insurance. Nope, don't want whole life. Nope, don't want final expense. And you just keep getting no. And you're like, what is wrong with me? I'm using the same script my upline gave me. Why this script is not working? I don't get it. And then Tom over here just kicking butt with the same script. So you're like, what in the world? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And for me, that was a challenge that I faced. Erin said she faced it as well. Tiara said, I say this to myself about me. I'm everywhere. Good. Matter of fact, go ahead in the chat and tell me where you found me. Where did you first discover Sherry? We're in the chat. If you're just joining me, we are talking about Power Hour Live, the science of sales. That's what we're talking about, the science of sales. So the fact that two people can get the same framework, and one person find results in that framework and the other person doesn't, that alone tells me, okay, got to be more to that. It got to be more to that. And the reason why, what you're going to learn today, what you're going to discover today, is how you can better serve your clients so they can look at you as, oh my gosh, I got to come to you next time. That you can be better referral agent for other people, for them people to come to you. What you're going to learn today is how to really position yourself as that expert, to really position yourself and understand why you do the things you do. Because if you understand the dynamics of why you do the things you do, then it will also give you a better understanding of what to do and what not to do. Or when things happen, you're not beating yourself up because you're saying to yourself, hold up, something is wrong here. If you're new to my space, when I started in this space, when I started in insurance, it was super challenging for me because I left a 9 to 5. I left a $42,000 job. And when I left that $42,000 job, I didn't know what I was going to do about money. I didn't know what I was going to do about money. Prior to leaving that job, I am 10 years law enforcement officer. I've been in law enforcement for 10 years. And then in that space, I thought I had given my supervisor my work. I thought I had given my service. Some of you guys have your 9 to 5 right now, and you're giving them all you could. You're putting in the work. You're going out here. Because here's the thing, what my mom told me. My mom told me I need to work hard. I'm from Jamaica, and that's what's embedded in my heart, that you have to work hard. That's how you get money. You have to work hard. So I would work hard. I would work 16-hour days when I was in law enforcement because I thought working hard was going to give me more revenue. Working hard was going to get me promoted in my job. That didn't work. So strategy didn't work. Working harder didn't work. So how can I move further if all these things that these people are telling me to work? Oh, I also heard this one. Have you heard this one? You got to know your why. You got to know your why. I put a mean yes in the chat if you've heard that someone said that before. What's your why? I thought knowing my why was going to get me move the angle, move the revenue, make me more successful. I tried that too. That didn't work. Put a yes in the chat if you heard somebody say you got to know your why. So all of these things, I'm like, so what is it? What is it that give people such a competitive advantage? And when I'm in the space of law enforcement, and then I saw a need. I saw a need in law enforcement. And as my career was getting started, I decided that I see that ex-offender just kept reoffending. It just kept coming back to jail. And I was like, man, we don't have any beds. We don't have anything for these guys to lay their head. They were sleeping on the floor because we were overcrowded in law enforcement. We were so overcrowded. And we were overcrowded because it just keep reoffending and just keep coming back. So I got with a couple of community advocates, and I said, hey, I know that these guys are coming back to jail because they don't have a job. They don't have a purpose. They don't have a purpose. And because they don't have a purpose, this is why they keep reoffending. This is why they keep coming back to jail. They need a purpose. They need a reason to come to do something on a daily basis. But people aren't hiring them. Why? Because they had a record. They had a record. So I said, I started thinking, I remember started thinking and saying, hey, what if we help them figure out how to start a business? How we help them figure out how to do lawn services. And I started creating this community program. And I'm excited to talk about a community program because I went to church on Sunday, and I am part of the Welcome Center. And I'm also part of the morning announcement, of course, a speaker, right? So I do the morning announcement. And one of the guys slowly came up to me at church on Sunday. He was like, hey, he said, don't take this the wrong way, but are you Corporal Summers? I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, I got my GED from you. I was like, you did? He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He said, you're not working in law enforcement anymore. I said, no. But let me tell y'all, in church, when a person has changed your life and can come up to you and said, hey, I got my GED from you. Hey, that GED got me a job. I don't care who you are. That is the feeling, that money can't touch that. The feeling of someone saying, hey, I went through your see, I've been coaching for a long time when I didn't even know what coaching was. Okay. I went through your program, your community program, where they were getting access to their GED and they were able to take the GED test and pass it and get it and be able to get an actual certificate. So when he came up to me on church, even though I don't do that anymore, I'm coaching in another capacity. It was a great feeling. It was a great feeling. So I'm telling you that story. I'm telling you that story because even that gentleman, he didn't have to execute after the GED. He could have just say, okay, I got the certificate. Then what? Because there are some people who do get things and don't do anything with it. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about, it's not that we don't know what to do, right? How many times have you took a course on learning something, you know what to do, but you have a challenge in executing what need to be done, and you're just not seeing what you want to see. You're not getting those things that you desire. And I'm here to tell you that when I left law enforcement, I got a call one day that my son was unresponsive, not breathing. And I was so upset with myself because prior to that, I asked my supervisor, I said, I had went through a terrible moment in my life. I went through a divorce. My credit score hit 430. I went through such a hard time in my life. And I asked my supervisor, can I change my hours? And he told me no. And in the fact of him telling me no, I was afraid to leave that job because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I have the power to start an entrepreneurship business and people will listen to me. I didn't believe I believe it for other people, but I didn't believe it for myself. So I went back to work. And when I went back to work, the next few weeks later, I got a call that Dylan, my son, was unresponsive, not breathing. And knowing this, so here I am helping other people get their life together. Here I am helping other people put the pieces of their life together. But yet my life was falling apart. Yet my life was in shambles. Yet my life, they're going to come and get my car on the 16th. All of this on the 15th. All of this was happening to me. My life was going down, but here I am helping others. Here I am. And now let me just say this. I want to go right here. If you're going through something right now, and if you just have the courage to take the focus off you, I know it's hard, but if you just have the courage to take the focus off you and help somebody else, that is indication of who you are and your integrity. And I promise you, taking the focus of what you're going through and still reaching out to help others, this has nothing to do with what I was going to say today, but I can guarantee you this was all part of God's mission to bless me. I didn't think of that the other day. I weren't thinking like that in the moment. But looking back now of me almost losing my home and having 8 payments behind on my house and 430 credit score, and my son getting a call that my son and Dylan is unresponsive, not breathing, and me making the declaring to God saying, God, if you work and bring my son Dylan back, I will never work for somebody again, because I asked my sergeant, can you help me change my schedule so I can have more time at home? And he told me no. Because see, what happened is I was looking for the answer in human being. If you're understanding the pattern, we're looking for the answers working harder. We're looking for the answers in other people, right? You're following the pattern. We're looking for the answers in what other people say for us to do. With all our answers, when you're going through something, when you're going through exterior, you cannot use the same power to fight exterior things. You have to go interior, where the inner you was created in the problem was created inside of you. So how are you going outside to search for a problem that is internal, that started in, oh Jesus, I know y'all ain't coming for this, but the problem started internal. So there's nothing external that can help you or heal you. That's why the Bible said, be still. Be still. Be still and know Be still mean you're stopping. You're not trying to use your strength. You're not trying to do your strength to find answers. I don't even know who all of this is for, but we even went left. But I think we needed to hear that today. And put a me in the chat if anything I'm saying is resonating with you. When you're going through challenging life, when you're going through beliefs issues and you're going through doubting yourself and you're going through stories that you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm an imposter syndrome comes up and all these things. When you're going through that, you're looking for exterior help. And the Bible said, be still. Be still, because guess what? The answer for what you're looking for is internal. It also says, seek ye first. Seek God first. That's what it's saying. Seek God first, not exterior stuff. So once I learned through all the things that I have been faced with as I was learning how to say goodbye to my business so I could take care of my son, and how I literally had to leave that $42,000 job and how I had to do all of that. One thing I learned through the process of my pain, the process of my pain while trying to get to my pleasure, I learned that all the answer is literally internal. It's internal. It's psychological. Is scientific. All the answers of what I need is scientific. I would tell my clients all the time, hey, here's the framework, but your job is to take the framework and align it with who you are. Why? Because who you are, who Sharon is and who Aaron is, those are two different people. So you're going to take the code and make it your own. You're going to take the beta and then make it your own, because you are your own internal person. So when you're dealing with clients and when you're trying to serve people and when you want to tell them about how amazing your products and services, you're trying to talk to them from an external point of view. And that's why you're not moving the sales in your business. Because these people you are talking to have a frame up, they have a box up. And these box that they have up is their belief box. You can write that down. Just think of a square, right? And in that square, it's like a box. And if my clients who are in my program, they already got these type of great information already. They already have that box. And in that one side of the box, they're dealing with the belief of how they see themselves. They're dealing with the belief of how they see themselves. And now they're dealing with the belief of what they think. Because 99% of why you're going through something you're going through is the type of belief you're using to face a situation. The type of belief you are using to face the situation. So if I want to attract clients and I am creating a reel and I'm not getting any response from that reel the way I thought, nobody's opting in to my calls, nobody is saying anything to me, the reels is not even getting a view, my behavior start telling me from an exterior, nobody want to hear this is not working. That's the belief, that's not serving me. So 99% of the time when we're going through things and when your clients are going through things, the belief that they're using to make a decision usually is the wrong belief. Secondly, the laws that they're using. Give an example of the law. The law that they're using. The law that they're using could be, this is how they are culturally. This is how their mother do it, their daddy do it, their family did it. This is how they're from the island. This is how we do it from the, I can tell you a whole story about laws. Religion has done it, right? We don't know why we do it, but this is our reality of how we've done it. So, and then last thing, the stories that they tell themselves. So your client is living in this frame, and I have to give credit to Garrett White. He was talking about this the other day too, and I was like, yes, this is so true. So your client that you're serving and you yourself is living in this box frame. of all these things. And guess what? The more you live, then the longer you live, these box. You're not letting anything in. You're not letting any path in. Somebody's telling you about an opportunity. You're like, I don't know. And guess what? Your clients are doing the same thing. They're mirroring back the same beliefs, same religious thoughts, same laws, same stories that you're telling yourself. It's the same stuck in that box. They're trying to go from pain to pleasure, but they're stuck in that box. So when you're coming to them, telling them that the S&P 500 has been profitable over the 20 years, and you're talking to them about final expense and how an IUL can save them money and they don't outlive their money, they're not hearing a word that you're saying, because they have already built up their mind with their belief. They already built up their mind with the laws. They already built up their mind that their stories that grandma them, who didn't have any money, has told them. So there's, oh my goodness. So you're coming to them, you're talking to deaf ear. Put a 3 in the chat if you understand where I'm coming from. So you, the financial professional, insurance agent, the service-based business owner, you're coming to them. Thank y'all for the 3. You're coming to them and you're trying to penetrate through this framework, through their beliefs, through their laws, through their story. You're trying to penetrate to them and you're struggling to get through them. Because listen, the same emotions you go through I told my clients this last night, the same emotions you go through is the same emotions your clients go through. That's why you are your best subject matter. Ooh, Jesus. I know y'all only come for a few minutes, but I got to give it to you. You are your best subject matter. That's why you know how to scientifically talk to your ideal client, because what you face, they already facing it. What are you facing internally? How are you feeling internally? Put words to it. Put the dynamic of words to it. I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling unhappy. I am not happy with. I'm feeling guilty. Or my ego is showing up. Whatever it may be. Put some words to describe how you're feeling, because when you do that, if you know how to navigate through that, which we're going to talk about, you also know that your clients are going through the same thing. And the reason why you are the one that is called, you are the leader, you are the influencer, because you know what they're going through, because you're going through it. You're the best person to coach them through it. Because you have a competitive advantage. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron said, this is good. Because you have a competitive advantage because you are your best subject matter. You are your best expert. Because any emotion, not enough money's going to run out, not enough resources, not enough client. This same vibration you are facing, your client is facing too. You got a box of your beliefs. You got a box of laws. Of you told your cousin about this opportunity, about being in the insurance space, and they're like, girl, no, these insurance agents, you know how they stay, they're money hungry, whatever stories that they've been saying to themselves, whatever, it's a Bible. We say law, but it's a Bible for them. No, we're not doing this. So they have this block, and you're trying to tell them, hey, but if you put your money here, this is how your money's going to perform. That's too big for them. When a person is not used to anything good happening, oh, Jesus, thank you. When a person is not used to anything good happening in their life, you can't come to them with a fun story. They won't believe it will happen for them. Oh, I had to pause there intentionally. When they're so used to being down, and then you're coming here with this thing, and they have this is 20, 30 years of framework of divorce, of trauma, of issues, and you're here trying to market, you're trying to sell to them, and you're trying to tell them you're trying to show them graphics and framework. This is why it's not getting through to them. She said, mic drop. I love this comment. Give me a high five in the chat if this is making sense. They have too much pain, and their framework is blocked up. So you can't come to people talking about how great this thing is going to be, how great this policy is, how great when I can save you on your taxes, how great this first-time home buyers. I know we got some real estate agents in here. How great this is for you. Can't come to that. You're telling them about owning your first home is going to be so great, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just trying to pay the mortgage." I'm just trying to pay the mortgage, right? So the same emotions that's stopping you from moving forward is the same emotions they have. So, Sherry, how do we get out of that pit? I call that the pit. How do we move from pit to profit? How do we move from pit to profit? How do we move from that? How do we change? How do we move from change to transformation? Now, let me just dive deeper what I mean by that. You're trying to change your situation when you should be leading them to transformation. Those are two different things. Those are two different things. If I am changing this, I am just change. This is just I just change it around. I'm moving this whiteboard, and all I'm doing is flipping the whiteboard. I'm changing it, yes, but it's still the same whiteboard with still the same words written on it. Transforming this whiteboard is going to mean erasing what was then, and it's no longer there, to create a new look, new way of believing, new way of thinking. So for a lot of people, we're trying to change your situation when we should be transforming their situation. Oh my God. Put good in the chat. Put a good in chat if you're getting this. Now, here's the thing about transforming, because change and transform is not the same thing. Not the same thing. See, here's what happened is, let me give you an example. You go somewhere, you go to an event. Matter of fact, we have an event coming up, Unleashing Your Inner CEO. You got to be at that conference. You go to the event was so good. Woo, you feel changed, baby. Then you go home. You go home to the same environment you left. You go home to the same people you left. You did change, but you didn't transform. You did change, but you did not transform. So let's get into transformation, because I only have a few minutes. Because transformation does not happen with you. You cannot transform people. There's only one person in the world that can transform people, and that's God Almighty. We have no power to transform somebody. When we write that product and services, when we write that product, we have no control of how a whole life, IUL, will perform. We have no power over there. The person who has the power is God Almighty. So if we can lead people to a transformation, but we can't transform them. We don't have that power. So what do you become? In order to get through that framework that I just showed you, we, the coach, because that's what you are. If you're helping people, you're coaching people. We have to speak into them. We have to create a new identity. We have to start, the leader, the influencer, Ruby, you, Tierra, Stevens, and everyone that I'm listening to, we have to now look at ourselves. We have to view ourselves and create the I am statement. See, if you're going to step into this place where you're going to get the gap of that box open for people to listen to you, the financial speaker, you, the financial educator, you, the speaker, you have to take on a whole new realm. You have to create the I am. You have to create, I am a speaker. I am a marketer. I am a closer. I am a leader. You have to take on a whole new identity. You have to take on the whole new Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Mother Teresa. You have to take on that new identity. And when I say take on that identity, I am a leader, but I am not a savior. Know the difference. You can lead people, but where they go is up to them. You can be their guide, but their transformation comes from God. Now, let me go even deeper. Put deep in the chat if you want me to go deeper. Put deep in the chat. And just give me a yes, if this is making sense. Because if I need to repeat some things, I'm happy to repeat it. I'm just excited for you guys to be here to get this knowledge. I hope this gem is making sense. So if we want a true transformation in our lives and in our clients' life, Sherry, and God is the only true person that can transform your life, help me make sense. How do we do that? How do we create transformation since we don't have power to do it? Well, when I started in this insurance industry, I wanted to quit. Matter of fact, that's why I stopped selling. I stopped selling because I felt like I could, if God is not there, I don't want anything to do with it. Right. So I felt like the way my upline and it felt like the way people was telling me to market my business. Remember, I said I'm a marketer, wasn't in alignment with me. It wasn't in alignment with my truth. And I felt that I would not be successful because I didn't know if there was a place where truth can be sold, where you don't have to make up numbers, where you don't have to lie to people. Hey, did you fill out this card? I know you fill out this card, but I don't know if, yeah, you fill out, and the person don't remember when they fill out the card. Are you going to DM 500 people asking them, are you keeping your options open? And you just send the same DM to 500 people. So it's not authentic. I literally just inbox a couple of people who just started following me on Instagram. And I was like, hey, it's not a bot. It's Sherry. I just want to thank you for following me and thank you for what you're doing. I'm like, it's me. Truth, authenticity. So I said to myself, can I market in a way that is truthful, in a way where I can use the challenges of almost losing my home and the stuff that my son and I went through and being in a 600 square footage apartment? Can I market my truth? So I made a decision that with my integrity, I can't sell that way. I want to start selling my truth. I want to start selling my truth. I want to start selling my experience of the things that I've been through and how God has helped me survive those things. And I want to use that as my marketer. I want to use that as my guide to help people transform. I went so far as if some of my clients are in my mastermind group, I went so far as taking them to Jamaica and literally showing them the town that I'm from and the country that I'm from. And we just had an amazing experience because they saw my truth. And the reason why, when I started stepping into my truth and sharing my story and sharing my belief of believing higher and believing bigger and believing a high value thinker, when I started really sharing my truth of who I am, I started attracting clients who can resonate with my situation. And then I realized the truth led people to their transformation. Ooh, don't miss that. Ooh, don't miss that. So truth equals transformation. So let me be clear, I felt so scared because everybody else was marketing their business in a different way. They were choosing to market in a different way. I chose to market my business in my truth. And as I welcome people to my truth of my life, what happened is that same box that was closed to the people that was listening to me, it started creating an opening. it started creating an opening. So it started creating, there's an opening now for me for them allowing me to come in and listen to me. A little opening, not big. Okay. The fancy car, the bling, whatever, that's not what's selling right now. We're in a place where stuff is skyrocketing. We're in a place in a state where things are skyrocketing, like groceries are like crazy. And people, that's not impressing people anymore. But I can guarantee you one thing that is impressing people is for number one, is to see a leader, see an influencer like yourself standing their truth. That doesn't mean that you're not going through hard times. That doesn't mean that you don't face adversity. But the way you respond to adversity as a leader is different from where somebody else responds to adversity. Matter of fact, you use that adversity as a learning lesson, as a platform to teach others. To teach others. So one of my legacy client, Bonnie, she said, Sherry, we were in Jamaica. They were in a penthouse. I got them this penthouse, had them have a private chef, all this amazing stuff that I did for my clients. Again, that's what you do. You love on your people who serve you, love on them. You go all the way out for them. And she said, you're just so real. You're so authentic. And I said, that's what I sell. That's who I am. That's what I sell. When you make an intention to sell your truth, you don't have to worry about your client's transformation. When you make an intention to show up like nobody else and speak your truth off the good, the bad, the ugly that you've been through, transformation automatically takes place. Now, transformation takes place because there is three things that I believe that hurts our businesses right now. If you're in a financial place or insurance place, the reason why the sales are not happening in your business, there are three things that you need right now. And write this down. I know I'm running out of time. I'm trying here. I'm running out of time. Number one, the first thing you need so you don't have this challenge of profit in your business, number one, is credibility. Credibility. People who have credibility do not have to chase clients. Think about somebody you follow. Think about the things that you do. Why are you following them? They have some type of credibility. So how did they find you? How did you say yes? How did you say yes to come in here? There's some type of credibility. You need to answer the question, and I wrote this down. Why should I work with you? Why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to you? If you want to stop chasing clients and start showing up as the influencer, the leader you are, because let me be clear, you are the influencer. You are the leader. The challenge you're having is not knowing how to sell that you are the influencer and you are the leader in your industry. Being one and knowing how to position it to other people, that's two different ball games. So number one is literally asking yourself, why would anyone listen to me? Aaron sell life insurance. Why would I go to Aaron versus going to Sharon? Why would I go to Kathy versus going to Ruby? Tiara works on business and strategy and financial strategy. Why would I go to her versus going to Steven? You see what I mean? So lacking the credibility is what stopped financial professional. And because they don't have credibility, they have to resort to buying expensive leads. They have to resort to buying these third-party vendors leads and A leads and B leads, because instead of taking the time to increase their credibility, they have to resort to buying leads. They have to resort to these unethical and ethical behavior. So number one, credibility. Number two, along with getting that credibility, and we're going to show you how you can do that in a few minutes. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that with me for 5 days straight. Number two, you have to have a proven process. I always ask my client, what is the problem you solve and who you solve it for? What is the proven process? You're selling this product, you're selling this services. What is the proven process of how does this product or service will help the client? Do you have a proven process on the product that you're selling? So when someone come to me and says, hey, you know, I just messaged someone on Instagram, I say, yes, IUL is my thing. I got one. My son got one. My younger son have one. Yeah, we all have an IUL. So because I use the product that I'm selling, I have a proven process. I pay for it every month for both of my, well, my son is in the military. He paid for it for himself. And I pay for it for my younger son. So I know how it works. So if you're in an industry, talking about truth again, you have to be selling, using the thing that you're selling. So you know the proven process. You have to know the thing that you're selling. So you know the proven process. I have a proven process to help my clients build their credibility. I have a proven process for clients to generate leads, 26 leads a day. I have a proven process. I have a proven process to make your first 250,000 in one day. Why? Because I've done it. So when you have a proven process, it adds to your credibility. So you need credibility. You need a proven process. And last, you have to have some type of results. So why these people that you see, that you admire, that you're attracted to do, like, okay, how are they doing this? How are they doing it? They have some type of results. Erin can take my strategy for webinars and duplicate it and do it again and get the same proven results. She has to take action, but it's the same proven results. So you have to have credibility, a process of how you get your clients wins, and proven result. What is the process to get them from here to here? Why do you need that? You need that because especially when you're selling a product and service that everybody know how to sell, you have to have another unique way that you get your clients results that your client can't get from another agent. That your client, let me tell you something, and it don't have to be just about money either. My husband cannot stand Publix. I'm in Florida. I don't know if you guys have Publix, but put a yes in the chat if you have a Publix in your area. It's maybe a little bit expensive than Walmart or Winn-Dixie or whatever. I love Publix. And my husband always tell me, yeah, you're just paying for the smile. Okay. Tiara said that's her favorite store. Okay, thank you. He was like, oh, yeah, you're just paying for the smile because I can get that at Walmart for $2 and you buy it for $4. So it's our pleasure. I think that's what the tagline is. It's our pleasure. And I love Publix. I love how they greet you when you come in. I love there's always somebody that can help you. They know what every aisle, they know what everything is on every aisle. So a busy woman like me, we are in, we are out, we're going to the next thing. It's not crowded. I know where my car is at. That's what they sell. It's always a pleasure. That's what they sell. And that's their proven result. They didn't say that they're going to be the most cheapest one. They didn't say that. They didn't say that. They say it's going to be a pleasure when you walk in there. We can give you that results. They said we can give you that result. And Tiara said they have the best deals. Don't tell my husband that. Right? And I keep going back. Yes, it may be a little bit more expensive, but guess what? I'm in, I'm out. People who value their time, they're going to shop in Publix. They're in, they're out. So your target market, your ideal client, you're thinking they want the best performing this or the best performing that. They may want something that's conducive to who they are now. It amazed me when I hear agents is telling, I caught myself on this one. When their upline is telling them, or the company that they work for is telling them to create the IUL, position the IUL to do this performing, but the client doesn't know that the IUL is written incorrectly because they lack knowledge. They lack knowledge. So they're just going by what the agent said. Then somebody like myself and said, hey, are you trying to make it a death benefit? Are you trying to make this something that you can retire with? Because the ways this IUL is set up for you to get more of the death benefit. And she's like, Sherry, that's not what I was asking. I was asking for me to have it perform at a higher level so I can pull money from it. I said, well, that's not how it's set up. That's a whole different story. But the idea here is that's results. So don't get it twisted of what results is. Now, credibility. I know when I said that word, some of you are like, oh my God, I need that. If you don't have credibility, yes, you may have to buy leads. If you can't answer, why should anyone listen to you? Why should anyone talk to you? There's a lot of people, I know for a fact, if Susie Orman is here talking to you, and I'm here talking to you right now, you're going to go with Susie Orman. Why? You don't know the woman from Adam. You don't know her from Adam. Why? But you're going to go with her. Why? Because she has credibility. She has credibility. You're going to go with her, and not that you know her. Her name holds more weight. Her name, Dave Ramsey. You're going to go with him. Why? Because he has more credibility. Do you see how that works? So not having credibility in your business is why some people have to resort. Leaders has to think they has to resort to the other option of buying leads a week and calling people and, all sorts of stuff because they fail to design their credibility. And I want to help you change that. In the last 10 minutes that I have, I want to help you change that. I want to really dive in how to create that credibility. I want to help you dive into what it looks like to create that credibility. So you don't have to, how long are you going to rely on having to buy leads? Wouldn't it make sense what would it mean for you to learn how to build your credibility? How would that help you? And how much money would that save you by being able to learn the techniques to building your credibility? How much would it mean for you to learn how to do that? So when your name comes up in places where you are not even present, that's what we call your brand recognition, and you're not even present, what would it mean to you for someone to call your name and says, yeah, go with Sharon, man. Sharon knows her stuff. She knows her stuff. How would you like for someone to say that to you? I want to work with you in the last few minutes that I have. I want to work with you for 5 days in helping you build that credibility. So when your name is seen or heard of, they say, oh, okay, I want to go with Sharon. There are times, I'm going to give an example, and I'll drop the link here for everyone too as well. There are times when people would, and if you took credibility cash on floor, it's completely different. It's all about the science of sale and how to build your credibility. And we're going deeper on that. And so how much would it cost you? $47. $47 to learn the science, go deeper in the science of sale and how to build your credibility. And for my YouTube people who are tuning in, we're going to drop the link there for you too as well. So we did not forget about you at all. We did not forget about you. So we're going to drop the link there for you as well. But I know that you don't have to resort to, you are a marketer, so you don't have to resort to buying expensive leads. You don't have to resort to the outdated way your upline or the law of way they've been doing stuff. I know you can create a marketing strategy that's conducive with your truth in selling your truth, where you don't have to make up numbers, where you don't have to manipulate, and have people come to you versus you having to chase them. If it's burning in your soul, like I don't want to feel that little gut feeling you feel, that's evidence. So let me just kind of show you what credibility look like. One of my girlfriends, well, she just became my girlfriend, but she was selling some weight loss product. And another lady was selling the product. But I kept seeing the other lady, and I haven't seen my at that time, the lady, she was a prospect, waiting a girlfriend of mine at first. But then she heard that I bought from another person. And I literally said to her, I said, listen, I bought from this person because I kept seeing this person. She kept talking about the product. She kept telling me what the product can do for me. The result. She kept telling me about how the product performed. Process. And she's everywhere. Credibility. So yes, I'm going to go with her. No, I don't know her like I know you, but I didn't even know. You have not even said a word to me about the product. And she show up reminding me every day that this is what she does. So I'm going to go with an expert, whether she know it or not. I don't know, but how she shows up. And she's like, wow, I never look at it that way. I said, every day she's telling me about the product, whether it's via social media, via reel, she's telling me about the product every day. And she's like, wow. I said, so I went with her because she looked more credible than you do. I know it may hurt your feelings, but it's the truth. That's why credibility is so important. So you no longer, people can trust you. And we create credibility by teaching you how to position your leadership and sell the truth. So your truth can guide people to a God transformation, not your transformation, but a God transformation. So I want to invite you, Deborah, Kathy, and everyone, Tier, and everyone here to spend time with me for 5 days on building your credibility so you can create cash flow and make impact. I want you to spend that time with me. So make sure you click the link. The cost is $47. $47 for 5 days. There's a VIP day option as well. If you want to take the VIP where you come in 1 hour early and spend time with me for 1 hour, asking me any questions that you want. But I want to just take a second to invite you to our credibility to cash flow challenge is on July 22nd. So I want to just click on the link and join us because I'm on a mission. I'm on a movement to teach women who are in this space how to sell their truth. Because when you're selling your truth, truth creates transformation. And when you're selling your truth, that's something that never changed. You don't have to shift change. You don't have to shift up. It never changes. It never changes. Your truth never goes away. So you don't have to change strategies and adjust strategy and do all that stuff. Why? Because the reason why I sell how I sell, because I sell my truth. I sell my story. I sell what happened to me. I sell what's going on, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I want to show you how to do that, how you can tell people your worst life of what happened to you, and they still see the human in you. I want to help my leaders and influencers do that. It's not easy. It requires you to be able to step into that leadership world, to be that speaker, to be that coach. But I think it's necessary. I think it's definitely necessary. Aaron, you already in the challenge, if that's what you're asking me. I saw your message. You're already in the challenge. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Aaron, Sharon, Tiara, yes, you're in the challenge. So I just want you to join me on July 22nd. If you're looking to grow your business from a truth standpoint, from a God-given truth, if you're that person who is tired of selling in a way that is not to your soul, I want to teach you how to sell to your soul. That's what makes this business different, because you're selling your authenticity. And when you know how to do that, it's amazing. You create results for your client because you're selling from your heart. You're selling for your soul. You think differently. Your belief system is different. And that's what I think that why you need to join me for Credibility to Cash Flow Challenge. Listen, I got 1 minute. I got 1 minute for YouTube. I'm going to drop the link for you right here. YouTube, thank you for tuning in. And I will see y'all. So thank you, Kathy. Kathy says she love it. Thank you, Kathy. YouTube, I'm gonna drop the link so you can be here. Thank y'all for joining me. We're at the hour. I promise you an hour. So I want to be a woman of my words. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Feel free to DM me. I appreciate you guys being here. See you on the Credibility to Cash